What's going on, you guys? It's your huggable hipster here, and welcome back to an episode of The Casual Nerd. We're having those fresh post-shower vibes right now. I'm, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, loving it. I don't know if I can actually sing the tune without getting copyright striked. So we're gonna do a little bit of house cleaning before we actually get into The Casual Nerd. Oh god, I'm about to sneeze. So since that I upload content now literally every single day on the YouTubes, I had an interesting decision to try to make, and I don't want, my number one thing is I don't want to get burned out, but I really honestly am considering, considering doing some gameplays besides Destiny 2. Now, I did a video saying, why I'm not doing game walkthroughs anymore, but that was before I was doing videos every single day. That was a mixture of burnout and me not having the right equipment to do game walkthroughs properly on the channel. Now that my mind, body, and soul is in the right place and my equipment is in the right place, I feel like I can do everything. But also I have to keep track of myself mentally or else I know I'm going to lose it. Hell, I've already lost it, but I don't want to lose it any further. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a select number of playthroughs of different games, but it's going to be very few. Hear me out on this. So the one game that I know I really want to do a playthrough of is Resident Evil 4 when that comes out, because I won't be able to keep that to myself. I want to share the memories with you guys and the hype for that. So I'm really excited about that. So that's going to be one of the playthroughs. The other one that I want to do is Uncharted 4, because right now I'm playing the third Uncharted game on my own, and I really love it. I just finished actually Uncharted 2 today, and that was interesting. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, in all honesty. I thought it was going to be like a lot more hype because so many people hyped up that game for me, and I thought it was, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still good, but it wasn't as good as a lot of people made it out to be. I know I want to play Resident Evil 4 on here. I want to play Uncharted 4. Resident Evil 4, Uncharted 4. I want to be able to play Far Lone Sales. I originally was going to do that as a live stream, but since I'm not on Twitch anymore, because I'm taking this more seriously and I'm doing YouTube more full time, it's one of those things of where like you have to make sacrifices and you have to make trade-offs. And plus the thing is that like I'm leaving on my own accord. Like the first time that I left Twitch, it was because people were pushing me literally off the platform. There were haters, there was crap, there was all this kind of stuff going on. So my main thing is like, I don't have to be on every single platform. And I made this very clear in the Twitter video that I did. If you guys want to watch it, I'll post the link down in the description below. So, and I know that if I start to do live streams like I did before, I believe it was a year or so ago when I was doing the live streams, it severely messed up my algorithm, and my watch time really tanked as a result. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a game playthrough instead of a full live stream, because I feel like that will go over way better. So yeah, be prepared for some game playthroughs to make their way back onto the channel. Oh yeah, and there's also going to be a Bloodborne episode that is going to be coming out tomorrow with my entire kind of like little section of the boss area with Martyr Ligarius. So a lot of people said that they want to see my reaction to that area, considering the fact that like I love vampires, and they're like, oh, Ariel, you're really going to like this section because you like vampires. I'm like, also, by the way, I wanted to let you guys know I am not going to be taking suggestions or recommendations for the time being. I already have all my games mapped out that I am potentially going to be playing through or doing on my own, or, just discussing with you guys. I'm really not going to take any recommendations whatsoever right now. So yes, now that we've gone over all the house cleaning stuff, let's get into the gaming news. There's 3 main articles that I wanted to discuss with you guys today. There won't be any cutaways right now because all the articles, I don't really have to go into that deeply, but it's more going to be discussion topics. So if you guys see a timestamp that you guys really want to just look at that one over everything else in the video, you guys can go directly to it. So the first article that we're going to be going over is that Microsoft claims that Sony is keeping games off GamePass by paying developers blocking rights. I had to laugh whenever I heard that. I find it very interesting that that's even becoming a thing right now, because it's stating here in the article that, reported by The Verge, the claims stem from a filing with Brazil's national competition regulator as a part of Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The filing, which took place on August 9th and is translated from Portuguese, claims that Microsoft's attempt to expand Game Pass has been hampered by Sony's desire to inhibit such growth. also goes into stating that Microsoft's accusations come within the wake of Sony's own claim that Microsoft purchase of Activision Blizzard could influence players' decisions on whether to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation, specifically due to the massive appeal of Call of Duty. That an acquisition could cause this much chaos. It's absolutely mind-boggling to me. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments, so sound off and let me know if you guys think that there are merit to these claims, or do you think that this is kind of wild? Because I don't really have anything of merit to say on this. I really honestly just think that it's a wait and see type situation, because in the header alone, saying that Microsoft claims Sony is keeping games off of Game Pass by paying developers blocking rights. How is that even a thing? How would they even be something that would have blocking rights? Like, this is even the first time I'm ever hearing of this. And also, to be fair, Sony is on PlayStation and PC. I don't think they have any of their games just yet on Game Pass. So, I mean, if there is such a thing going on, I would assume that's illegal. But again, it's a wait and see type of situation. So next up in gaming news, something I'm actually very happily surprised about is that Blizzard reveals when Overwatch 2 loot boxes will end. Because it kind of shocked me whenever I got this in my Discord, because I mean, you know, 90% of Overwatch is just loot boxes and the other 10% is the actual game. Oh, come on, don't give me that look. You guys know it's true. It even says here in the article that Blizzard has announced when loot boxes will be phased out of Overwatch in anticipation for the new Battle Pass system. The announcement was quietly mentioned in a blog post about Overwatch Anniversary Remix Volume 3 event. The company confirmed that loot boxes would no longer be available for sale come August 30th. This is a massive win. I think this is a massive win, because if loot boxes aren't kind of organically placed within a game system, it does not work at all whatsoever. The ecosystem of the game just breaks down, and unless it's something that can be utilized correctly within a game system, I don't think that it has any place in the game whatsoever. Overwatch, I think, will do better and sell more copies because there will not be any more loot boxes. And lastly, here in gaming news, PUBG dev reveals next new project will be a fantasy game based upon Korean novel The Bird That Drinks Tears. This, I think, is very interesting because PUBG, we just know it as PUBG. Like, we know that company for PUBG. The fact that they're branching off could either be really amazing and turn out to be the most successful thing ever, or it could just not work at all. We see a lot of this happen consistently, where companies are known for one thing and they're famous for that thing, and then they branch off and it fails. Now, I don't want a predetermined failure, but I also want to be very wary of the fact that they're doing this, because a lot of fantasy games that really work and are very good have incredible stories. I don't know how this story is going to pan out necessarily. I haven't read the book. I don't know anything about this novel. So I'm very #nervous. This is a novel series that was created by Yongdo Lee. The Bird That Drinks Tears game will be a whole new experience, and quote, based upon Lee's elaborate worlds and complex characters. It's very intriguing, but I'm kind of worried because it states in the header that it's a fantasy game. Fantasy games need to really be so, they need to be kind of like The Witcher, you know? Like, The Witcher is a perfect fantasy game. It has the mixture of like the dark elements, the morbid curiosity of characters, the deep story, enriching characters. There is so much in that game. I feel like any fantasy game that tries to compete with that, it's just going to be shot in the water. So I don't know. I'm hopeful because I love a good fantasy game, but I'm also very trepidatious about it because, as with horror, I feel like horror games right now are seeing a bit of a dry spell and they're not being utilized correctly in the way that they once were. Same thing with fantasy games. I feel like fantasy games have a really big opportunity to pop off in the market right now. And it's just, I don't know, I really want this game to do well. I really do. Because, I mean, fantasy games, they're really awesome. And I don't know, I feel like the best fantasy game ever was The Witcher. So, but you guys, that was today's video. If you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below. I make videos every day on YouTube. That being said, stay casually nerdy, you guys. I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye, you guys.